Rocky Friends, founder and president of Aquafarming Tech, founded 1993. Rocky Friends, to whom I collaborated in research and development while doing a feasibility study in aquaculture for my own company, which I did an intensive study and educating myself as an independent researcher from 2001 to 2007. Nandito po tayo ngayon sa Aquafarming Tech, dito po sa Avenue 81, Thermal, California. Ito pong system na aming ginagamit na intensive culture system, ito po ay bago. Kami lang po ang gumagawa nito sa western or west coast ng gamitin sa pagtitilapia. Ito pong mga circular tank na ito, that is even what, okay, it was constructed even above the ground. And this circular tank is very efficient because it is self-cleaning. The way it was designed, okay, from the outer is around 4 feet to 10 feet is sloping to the center, wherein you can see it is even what, aerated by a paddle wheel, na ito pong paddle wheel na ito ay siya rin pong nagbibigay ng sweeping action dun po sa tubig. At yung kanyang circular tank na ito, the sweeping action na circular din po, at the long run, ito po ay iikot at ito pong mga dumi na galing po na hindi nakain ng mga tilapia at kahit anong waste, anything that is any waste that is not supposed to be there is always eliminated immediately. Kaya po self-cleaning yan. Kaya lang po, dahil ho sa dami ng isda na aming pinalalaki, minsan po, yung mga tayo pong nag-accumulate dyan, yung mga waste, in which po, ito po rin din ang isa sa mga gagawa ho ng hindi maganda sa ating mga tilapia. Dahil ho, yung mga waste na yan, ito po ay mga nabubulok ko, and then yung pong decaying of anything na organic ho, ito ho ay slow combustion, kaya ito ay kakain din ng oxygen. Okay, yung dissolved oxygen po, yan po ay napaka-importante para sa buhay ho ng ating mga tilapia. Kaya intensive din ho ang ating aeration system. Hindi ho pwedeng gamitin ng tilapia yung oxygen ho sa tubig, para maintindihan nyo po. Yung pong mga bulang yon ay sinasabi pong yung mga tilapiyang inilagay dyan ay na-stress. Yun ho ay mga mucus. At makikita nyo itong ating mga circular tank na ito, sa mga gilid ay may mga drum po sila. Yan po ay, yan ho ang aming demand feeder na ginawa, na isa sa aming mga innovation dito sa klase ng intensive culture system na ito, in collaboration with Rocky Friends, who is the founder of Aquafarming Tech, and me, the founder of the Desert Fisherman, also a company, have collaborated to really understand and study this intensive system, because Rocky Friends even told me that what he learned and what they're learning is only the tip of the iceberg. Kaya po dito makikita nyo ang ating mga circular tank po ito. Yan po ay non-stop po yung aeration na yan, kaya makikita po ninyo kung gaano kalaki po ang kuryenteng aming nauubos. Yan o ang isa sa mga problema ho natin dito sa klase ng pagtitilapia na ganito po. At isa pa, kung makikita nyo nito, ito ay open ho. Ayan ho. Ano ho ang problema dito? Yan po ay ating malalaman pagpunta ho natin doon sa 30-footer nilang mga tangke. Dahil doon ho, ay meron silang, they know already the problem, bakit ho dito sa grow out at sa kanilang for stacker size, ready for market, bakit po ito ay wala po nung nandoon sa 30-footer ng mga tangke nila. At yan po ang aking in-address. At kaya lang po, during that time, napakamahal po para lagyan ng net itong mga ito. At ngayon po, ay makikita nyo na Aquafarm Tech had done something to the problem that I told them that every fish that is eaten by the migrating birds going to Mexico, men, that is the highway of all the fish going to Mexico is this place. So sometimes when during the time of migration you will see, oh my God, Canadian geese, cormorant, wild duck, wild geese, everything, seagull. Oh boy, they are there feasting in the Rockies farm that is in the middle of the desert. So, men, all the birds, when they see those circular tank above, wow, men sometimes even don't even what continue in their flight, but sometimes they stay there as long as they can have some food to eat. So that's the reason. Also, we are using some deterrent like a shotgun, shooting but not killing them, a lot of deterrent, except for one thing, the one that they're doing already, that they have a net or cage it, and that is one that will prevent in losing your profit. That's the only way, man. Dahil po ang mga tilapia, ito po ang mga isda na hindi po ito mga bottom dweller. Most of the time ho, nandun ho sila near the surface ho ng tubig. Kaya yung aking dinevelop na broodstock, yung pong aking red and golden orange na mga tilapia, kitang-kita po ng mga ibon. Dahil ho ang kaliskis ng tilapia, silvery. Kaya makikita ho ninyo, yan din ho ang maging malaking problema na mangyayari po dahil ho, kumpara sa normal na tilapia ng mga itim ang kulay at almost kakulay po ng tubig sa taas. Eh yung pong akin na dinevelop, mataas umakyat nga po ang kanyang presyo, kaya alam po, ang negative ho ay kitang-kita ng mga migrating birds, yung aking isda. Kaya alam niyo na po kung ano mangyayari. Easy target. Oh my God, problem again.
Aquaculture is the largest growing segment of food production worldwide, with 50% of all seafood coming from aquaculture.
The problem with growing fish for food, you develop a tremendous ammonia load in the water. This ammonia can become hazardous and it destroys colonies of fish. Ammonia is a byproduct of fish excreting. Extremely small quantities of it can pollute an enormous amount of water.
We just didn't know how big a deal it was to fix ammonia.
Kailangan ma-eliminate agad ang waste dahil maraming laman itong tangke para ma-minimize yung accumulation ng ammonia, nitrite, saka yung mga napapatay sa kanila. Itong circular tank nito, ang kagandahan at advantage nito, yung waste management, especially kung very high ang inyong stocking density. Very efficient to ang waste management ito. Napupunta ho ito sa center pipe. Ayun ho, doon lumalabas yan. Lahat ho ng mga tae, lahat ng mga waste materials, lahat ho ng mga hindi nakain ng mga feeds, lahat ho ng kinain ng tilapia. Yan ho pumupunta sa gitnang yan. So this was introduced by Rocky French.
Rocky French is one of those fantastic visionaries who's really done sustainable agriculture for the 21st century.
We set up a whole 50-gallon drum of his ammonia water. We started running this, and the ammonia level dropped, and it dropped again.
He's had this big problem of getting rid of ammonia. In fact, he has this natural pond system that takes him between 6 and 8 weeks to get rid of the ammonia. So he was really, really happy to see that we could do the same process that took him 8 weeks in 30 seconds.
That we've been wanting for since 1970s. We already knew our problem way back then.
What we got here is a very exciting moment because the very first time that our technology is being showcased in the field at proper scale. There's an opportunity here to do something really big for aquaculture. The Coachella Valley can be a source of organic fish farming, which is not only more valuable, but will set an example for the rest of the world and change perceptions of farm fish.
When Origin Oil came along, we thought that this company could really move us into the next level of fish production.
I'm very pleased that you all came out to see this technology. It's what I call a technology that goes across the boards, and it has many, many different applications. The Q60 is designed to handle two major problems in the fishery industry. In the first instance, the ammonia load. In the second instance, we also want to sterilize the water because we're getting a lot of invasive species into aquaculture that are destroying shrimp farms and fish farms globally. So what we've developed is a system that removes the ammonia that builds up, but also sanitizes the water so we can get rid of the bacterial loads. And the A60 is the new algae harvesting system at a large scale. In aquaculture, this would be a solution to pull algae and pelletize it and make food.
Working with Origin Oil, they've been doing a great job of creating technologies that are key to the success of the industry.
I am impressed at this technology here.
We are always looking with much optimism to attract technologies and industries that could generate some employment out in these regions, but at the same time, industries that are going to be bringing clean technology.
Origin Oil, thank you for the great work that you're doing here. I think it's amazing. It's impressive. I thought I saw it all. But quite frankly, I have not. I'm impressed. And I also think it's going to create jobs. And I also think there's a lot of potential for all that to grow here.
I firmly believe that this algae harvester is going to be a game changer in this industry.
Most of the expense ho ng pagtitilapia dito sa Amerika ay napupunta yung 30 to 60% ng expenses operating cost namin ay napupunta lang sa feed.
The United States imports about 86% of its seafood, only half of which is wild caught. In fact, what looks like a brilliant idea now had its critics 20 years ago, as our aquafarming manager, industry legend Rocky French explains.
When we started, everybody was thinking that we were crazy because we're trying to build fish farm in the desert. It turned out this is the very best place to start fish farming.
But as ideal as the Coachella Valley is for growing tilapia, this type of farming also has its pitfalls. In California and elsewhere, other fish farms have shut down as a result of three persistent issues. We're fortunate that Rocky and the rest of our technical team have met these challenges.
High density type of fish farming, you're faced with like three major problems. Electricity, feed, and water. In our case, we're able to mitigate our problem by putting a solar array. We save about we save about 80 to 90% of our electric bill already. The second issue was water use, and of course in the farm we're doing recirculation. We pump the water, it goes into our reservoir, gets cleaned up by the water vegetation. One of the major costs of fish production is feed. We figured that if we could build our own feed mill, design our own feed, and have better control on what type of ingredients that we could put in the feed, this would be a major contribution to the production of good quality, sustainable type of fish.
In addition to producing our own feed, Aquafarming Tech has developed a proprietary fish feeding methodology that is projected to save up to 70% of the overall feed cost. The program involves feeding our fish green algae for the first 4 months in the
regulations and a very good financial backup to sustain a high stocking density. Keeping and growing tilapia quite a market size entails a lot of responsibilities, which means an expenditure not only money but also time. Through continuous innovation and research, many problems are solved in the intensive culture system, but greatly affected financially those privately funded commercial developments. Serious efforts towards practical and efficient tank design and understanding harnessing the available natural resources reduce the production costs. Tilapia, native to Africa and Middle East, captured and free since biblical times. In Israel, they are called St. Peter's fish. The ancient Egyptians bred and raised them as source of food. The capacity of tilapia to adapt to a wide range of environmental situations surpasses the practically all other fish species. It is precisely this capability that has resulted in their being used as an important food source in many tropical countries, where they are now farmed like carp or trout in Europe and North America. Tilapia, the second most common farm-raised fish in the world. The development of quality broodstock is one of the key in the success of intensive tilapia farming. Three-way crossing of different species of tilapia is usually done. The species that are most commonly reared in aquaculture are in genus Orichromis. These include the Nile tilapia, Orichromis niloticus, the Mozambique tilapia, Orichromis mozambicus, the blue tilapia, Orichromis aureus, and Orichromis hornorum. The main objective of broodstock development is to tailor fit the condition of the existing water of the farm, temperature, environmental and nutritional requirements to achieve the maximum growth rate from fry to status size the shortest time possible. Record keeping of the length-weight relationship, growth rate potential to eggs is a must to every farm. By religiously monitoring and recording this important data will be your barometer in the eggs production during spawning. In industrialized tilapia farming, breeders should produce uniform offspring, meaning like growing only one or two tilapia which numbers a million. Male and female tilapia are meticulously inspected by the highly trained technician. The female tilapia are separated from the male and put into conditioning tank, thus furthering gonadal attrition. Being able to do synchronous spawning, production of eggs is maximized. Broodstock are always maintained on high protein diet to maintain production of quality eggs that result into healthy fry. Male tilapia begins courtship display in front of the female. Only the male takes an initiative in courtship while the female plays merely a passive role. Female tilapia responded to courting. Male-banded monogamous pair remain together until the fertilized eggs is picked up by the female, and male tilapia will immediately look for another female and will readily meet again. Almost all tilapia are mouth brooders, where one of the parents takes up the eggs into its mouth for hatching. Cannibalism between fingerlings and fry are high among tilapia. The fingerlings will eat anything alive that is near eating fry. The female tilapia looks after the fry until they are able to swim around independently. The female tilapia will open her mouth as a refuge whenever any danger threatens the young. stronger than grow out of tilapia. The accurate record of spawning are very important in investigating the environmental or behavioral requirements needed for successful production of eggs may depend on being able to replicate these special circumstances that trigger spawning are multifactorial, consisting perhaps of combination of factors such as water temperature, presence of natural food for the survival of the fry, photoperiod and change in water chemistry. The female tilapia where eggs are collected are transferred to conditioning tank in preparation for another spawn. Reproductive success or hatchability must be done within age classes or on fish of similar sizes. Should produce 80 to 100% male offspring, and sex reversal should not be more than 20%. Tilapia hatchery. Collected tilapia eggs are immediately processed by highly trained technician for artificial incubation. Environmental changes plays a direct part in the levels of stress level, and the acclimatization to hatchery water conditions should be done gradually. Debris, scales and fingerlings are carefully separated from the eggs and fry. Continuous supply of clean water with a constant temperature between 26 and 28 degrees centigrade is maintained within the hatchery. Hatch fry are carefully separated from the eggs before pouring the eggs in the incubator jar.
10 grams ba? 10 grams ano? Okay. Kaya ako, meron natin 10 grams. So 10 grams, nililipat na ho namin sa 60 footer. Especially ho ngayon, busy kami. Amoy naman yung cage pag nasunog ba?
Oo.
Pag naamoy na nasunog, tiro na yan. Sunog.
Sa actually, pinakount na yan at saka yung stocking dito.
So, ang iyong stocking density dito sa 30 footer is
30,000.
ilan?
30,000 pieces.
30,000 pieces from hatchery to a 30 footer. Okay.
Tapos ng
Teka, from hatchery,
lipat sa dito sa 30 pot.
ilang grams siya na pagka
Ano pa lang yan,
after a month?
After a month, mga 5 grams.
60 days,
Maging 10 grams na yan.
So,
yan ang good size for stocking sa
60 footer.
Oo.
Okay.
Harap pa sa kapila.
Hindi, kaya mo na. Ba't ako itong tatanong? Ang beauty niyan eh. Puro pisngi na.
Hindi, kano.
Naglulublob sa tubig.
Kung sa butikan ba? Lamig at init. Yung 5 pesos ay kulay green din eh.
Si Jose Rizal.
Si Ninoy na lang.
Ngayon yung green na $1 mo.
Yung dilaw ba? Yung dilaw?
$50 yung
Si Franklin kasi, si Kwan yun eh. $100 yun eh.
Ang HDPE cages ay uri ng cage na ang frame nito ay gawa sa makunat at matigas na plastic na kung saan matibay ito sa malakas na hampas ng alon at sipa ng hangin, kung kaya't less ang risk sa mga pagkawala ng isda at pagkasira ng cage. Sa pamimili kung saan natin ito ilalagay, mas mabuti kung makakahanap tayo ng mga lugar na may lalim na 15 hanggang 30 metro at may maganda itong agos o water current. Ang pag-aalaga sa fish cage ay alam natin na medyo mahirap, kaya hindi pwedeng maliliit ang ilalagay natin na fingerlings dito. So kailangan nasa 4 inches pataas o 15 grams ang ating ilalagay dito para mas matibay at sigurado na mas marami ang mabubuhay. Kung sa dami naman ng ating may ihuhulog, ang circular na cage at mas malaking size nito ay nag-aalaw ng mas maraming isda. So kumbaga, mas mataas ang stocking density nito kumpara sa mga kawayan lamang. So sa stocking density na 35 pieces per cubic meter, ang ating kasing cage na HDPE na merong diameter na 15 meters, ang volume nito ay mahigit 1,000 cubic meters. So tayo ay makakapaglagay ng mga 46,000 na piraso ng fingerlings. Sa pagpapakain naman, sa laki ng fingerlings na ating inilalagay, pwede na tayo kaagad mag-start sa pre-starter or starter stages hanggang sa finisher. Pagkaraan ng 4 hanggang 6 na buwan, depende sa ganda ng tubig, laki ng similya at galing ng pag-aalaga, sa laki ng cage na ito, maaaring makakuha ng mga 21,000 hanggang 22,000 kilos na may laking 500 grams na average. So, in terms of hectarage, katumbas ng isang 15-meter diameter by 7.5 meter deep na cage ay mga 10 hanggang 11 hektarya ng palaisdaan kung sa tonelada ang pinag-uusapan. Katumbas din naman ng cage na ito ay mga 3 pirasong bamboo cages na may sukat na 10 meters by 10 meters by 8 meters ang lalim. So dito, makikita natin na may mga advantages ang paggamit ng mas malaking cage kumpara sa maliliit. Ang dating 3 unit na 10 by 10 na inaalagaan ng 3 tao, pwede na lang itong gawin sa iisa lamang gamit ang 15 meters na HDPE cage. Mababawasan ang labor cost.
Today I'm fishing the north end of the Salton Sea. I'll be fishing with a night crawler, 2 hooks through it, very primitive setup. A couple of people fishing here from Los Angeles, catching tilapia. That's about all there is in the Salton Sea now. I used to have corvina and many other fish, but about 10 years ago, everything died off except for the tilapia. Fish diversity in the sea has seen several dramatic shifts. The Salton Sea as we know it is a modern feature. The sea came into existence when the Colorado River was accidentally diverted into the valley in 1905. If we go back another 500 years, there existed a much larger freshwater lake in the valley called Lake Coahuila, with high populations of bonytail, striped mullet, and razorback suckers which supplied local peoples with food. Even further into the historical record, when sea levels were higher and before silt created a division, the valley was part of the Gulf of California. This is a male Mozambique tilapia. Bluish coloration can be seen in the mouth, and a red edging is obvious on the dorsal and caudal fins. This species has outsurvived other fishes because of its high tolerance, up to 120 parts per thousand for salinity. An alien species, the Mozambique were introduced for aquaculture and probably descended from as few as 5 fish. This fish is most abundant near the seashore, but is not common in the canals which flow into the Salton Sea. Anyway, yeah, some red on either end of the caudal fin there. Flies are flat here. All right, let's toss them back.
Aquaculture is critical. You know, it's not important, it's critical.
I think we need to farm the oceans as we farm the land.
We need to grow the supply of environmentally responsible seafood.
Well, by moving out into the open ocean, we move the fish far out to a much healthier environment. Currents are brisk, the fish never see the same water twice. I'm Brian O'Hanlon, the founder of Open Blue, the world's largest open ocean fish farm.
Welcome to The Next List. I'm Dr. Sanjay Gupta. Every year the world's population grows, and with it, the need for more food. Seafood in particular is in demand because it is such high quality protein, but the number of fish caught in the wild doesn't even come close to meeting the demand. In fact, right now, nearly half the seafood people eat comes from aquaculture or farming, and that's where any new supply will have to come from as well. Brian O'Hanlon is third-generation fisherman. He's also the founder of Open Blue. Over the last 10 years, O'Hanlon has developed this innovative approach to farming. He is raising his fish far out at sea. O'Hanlon is convinced the swift currents of the open ocean produce healthier, cleaner fish with little impact on the environment, and he is determined to prove it in the pristine waters off the coast of Panama.
Until now, as you can see at this document, Aquafarming Tech is still doing the seasonal spawning season, and the date in this you can see is 2015. Desert Fisherman will be the local company that will provide the year-round production of quality fingerlings. This is another document that can be used as an evidence. This is the letter that we sent to American Tilapia Association, and the date is October 4, 2008. This is the draft that I made, and I'm going to read it. Dear Mr. Verano, my name is Hector Kimbao. I represent Efren Maurino Tadiaman. He has conducted independent research about intensive tilapia aquafarming in Coachella Valley, Riverside County, California. He has spent a total of 4 years reading books, magazines, internet, articles, personal research and experiment, and personally documented in video and comprehensive notes the hour-to-hour activities involved in intensive tilapia farming. He has done some innovative work and research in the development of implements for the field as well as broodstock. In particular, he was able to develop a red tilapia in collaboration with Rocky Friends, CEO of Aquafarming Tech. This particular innovation was achieved with the contribution of Mr. Ray DeWandel, the former president of American Tilapia Association. With his contribution of some species stocks, also while doing his research and studies regarding the Salton Sea species of tilapia, he met Mr. Stratman, a Fish and Game warden. As a result of this initial contact and upon the realization that Mr. Tadiaman is an independent researcher, he was requested to share some of his knowledge due to the fact that the private companies treat this information as proprietary, as Mr. Stratman, in his capacity as a Fish and Game warden, had to go to the Philippines just to expose him to practical information. Okay, I met Mr. Stratman when I'm doing some research study regarding our baits that we are selling to the sports fishermen, and that is 2002, because one of the problems that we encounter regarding the baits that we are selling for the sports fishermen during that time, 2002, still the Corvina is still in the Salton Sea. Anyway, so when Mr. Stratman knows what I'm doing, he even invited me to meet those researchers in the University of San Diego. Anyway, so this is the letter that even Hector is representing me.
The first time I went over here, I'm really well versed about Pentecostal doctrine. So when I went over here for the first time, I heard those people speaking in tongues. So I said, what's this? Well, and then I started looking at the Bible, and then this gift was there. So I said, wow. So I became interested, actually. And then Pastor Hector, while we're doing our work there in the Silda, we're doing some work over here because Pastor Noni told me, okay, let's let Pastor Hector to build up the church. Because actually, the condition of the church is not like this before. Since you don't have any values in you, can you just look at the church? You see, like maybe I can call myself the first custodian of this church under Pastor Hector. So I sleep in the car for the first month because I cannot commit to him to be a custodian in this church because I have also my own agenda. I told him I will stay only in LA for a very short time. So I start talking about, because I came from the farm, do some research over there. And this feast that I'm talking about, Pastor Hector, is the feast that was served by Jesus Christ to the multitude. See, this is the feast that St. Peter is feasting in the Sea of Galilee, and this is tilapia. Well, this is what I'm doing back in the farm. And then Pastor Hector told me, okay, forget about this thing that you're talking about. First, learn about Jesus Christ. So I said, okay. Then now, and finally I accepted to be a custodian, so I entered the hall, our hall over there, and you know, one of the room over there I'm staying. It's a bodega actually, so you cannot even find me there because there's so much trash that's over there. And then Pastor Noni and me started helping and reclaiming room by room. And then Pastor Hector told me about his vision about this church. That we're just having this kind of lands, casual team, and he's talking about, you know, I have this kind of vision that someday there will be a lot of pastors over here. That there will be a school, like a Bible school. Because he even asked me, Efren, do you want to attend the Bible school in LA? You'll pay the tuition fee. I said, later. And then finally it came into being that this Bible school is now in existence. And I'm so happy to be part of the pioneers. Actually, you guys are really part of the cream of the crop. We have to sacrifice because this thing that we started, we have to finish it. And the vision of our pastor, he called me the big brother. Sometimes he cannot understand me sometimes. You know, we have some differences in life that we clash. However, like Pastor Noni, is also sometimes we cannot understand Pastor Hector. If you will know Pastor Hector before, 4 years ago, he is totally becoming better and better now. Totally a different person. And like Pastor Hector said, that I'm a different person also, unlike before. Because we're trying to push our own agenda. So once you push your own agenda, nothing will happen. It's like you serve. If you're going to push your own agenda, you cannot serve that. See? And when I'm looking in this, in our school, it says Los Angeles Ministerial Bible School, lambs. And what is lamb? It is the sacrificial animal that, you know, the chosen people is sacrificing that to get something. Because a lot of people think when you sacrifice something, you lose, you know, it's like, why I have sacrificed my life for this guy. Why you're doing it? Because you know that you're doing it for the sake of what? Gaining some consideration also. And this sacrifice, sometimes you give something, you give up something that you value most. Like for example, last year, going here at the cool of the night, we're sacrificing. And some are not here because they're sick. But we have to go on. See? And if you people, especially the young students of this school, I'm looking forward that you will be the first pastors that under Pastor Hector is dreaming about. You will start something that is beautiful, because we started something already that we know is beautiful. You know, I was looking at the scripture. They say prophecy. When you prophesize something, there is what they call short prophecy and a long prophecy. Our vision before, maybe we can call a short prophecy, and it's now fulfilled. We have our Bible school. Pastors are coming here. We're not even inviting them. They come here, and you know what? When I was trying to remember those days, I'm telling myself, I was laughing. Pastor Hector is talking about having a Bible school, and how many people he got? Not even 30. See? Sometime Ben, one of our members, is already up here. And I was there taking the video, and she's asking me, when are we going to start? I said, you can start now, there's no more people. It's all about us. When we pass the 50 from 30, it tripled, or actually it tripled. And I'm so happy that for 4 years.
Year 2006, I was editing my video in intensive tilapia farming, spring 2006. I was at H&T Aquatic Farm. The owner is Elmore Hechenova, a friend of Dr. Maridel Lebiste and Ate Roman Musqueda. Went one weekend to his farm in Johnson Street, Thermal, California, and they stayed overnight. Dr. Maridel Lebiste saw my video in intensive tilapia farming and became interested in my research and development and found out that I'm also an independent researcher. She told me she was putting up an organization devoted to the advancement of medicine, science, and technology. July of 2007, I went to the law office of Ate Roman P. Musqueda. My purpose was to know where I can contact Dr. Maridel Lebiste, since he was interested in helping Filipinos in the United States of America who are intellectuals, researchers, and innovators and inventors to be part in the economic growth of this country and also as a proud contributor in the advancements of science, medicine, and technology. However, she was in Europe for some business and speaking engagement for more than a month. I asked Ate Roman P. Musqueda about patent attorneys. He told me that they are expensive. This is also a document that will tell you that since the patent attorney are expensive and I don't have really the money to pay them, so I made a Pullman patent application, and this is the document. And actually, the purpose of this document is to give an investor or manufacturer or distributor an overview of the invention. And to protect the interests of both parties, any additional information should be requested in writing and should be addressed to Efren Maulino Tadiaman. An alpha prototype of his inventions has been tested and it passed all the expectation with flying colors. After I found out Jeff Nelson had instructed to remove all my personal properties in the church without my presence and knowledge, I don't know if my alpha prototype is still in SBFC compound.